Hi guys, this is Marley and welcome back to my channel. This is a very exciting episode because in this video, I will give you a tour of my garden. Let's go! We're walking to the side entrance of my garden. So this is the side entrance right here. I put a couple of trellises in the side entrance. Now this one right here is string beans, and the beans have started climbing the trellis. And then over here on the other side, we also have a similar trellis with some string beans. I lined up some flowers on this side. So we have a mammoth sunflower. And then this one right here, let's move closer. This is a blue bachelor's button, a volunteer zinnia, which is still small. This is Alyssum carpet of snow, an orange zinnia, a volunteer marigold, pink zinnia, another marigold. And then over there, okay, let's walk this way to the left side. We have pink zinnias again, and a very interesting color of zinnia that has yellow, orange, and pink in the middle. And then this one right here is the evening sunflower. I like it that it has a lot of branches and it forms multiple flowers. Really cool. And then right here we have another blue bachelor's button and a Shasta daisy. We are still near the side entrance and we're looking at the right side of it. There is a red bachelor's button right here, and then a smaller mammoth sunflower, zinnias that are still small. This is Alyssum carpet of snow. The color is, I think, blue or purple. And then another marigold right here. Now this one here, these are the red cherry tomatoes. Look at that. So many fruits. Like they are loaded with fruits. Now in front of the red cherry tomatoes, we have the pink bachelor's button. This is Italian basil. Next is nasturtium. And then another pink bachelor's button. Marigold right here. And then we have an empty bird feeder that I need to take care of later on. And then we have another evening sunflower. Now we are entering the garden through the side entrance, and the first thing to the left is a stackable planter tower with marigold on top. And then I planted this with some lettuce. This is my salad tower, but it has gotten so hot, so I have lost some of the plants. I planted 3 tomatoes in the bottom part of this tower. And then next one here to my right, this is the Crimson Sprinter tomatoes. Look at that, guys. That is loaded with fruits. Look at this one plant right here. See that? There's fruits here. So many fruits right there. There's some small ones. It's so amazing that as early as now, we already have a lot of fruits. Okay, so we're walking to the end of this row. In front of the Sprinter tomatoes, there is a trellis. The plants are still small. These are my butternut squash. I put a net and then a little pergola that I created using an old fence. There are 6 butternut squash in here. Going back to the aisle, 3rd row of tomatoes on my right. These are the Roma tomatoes. Ooh, look at that. It goes towards the end. That's all Roma tomatoes. Right here, these are my money maker tomatoes. Look at that. So there are 8 plants in this row. And the next row to my right is San Marzano tomatoes. This is also loaded with fruits. And then next row we have the tomato tomatoes. And then the last row here to my right, these are the purple Bumblebee tomatoes. Let's look at the fruits, guys. There's some here. Over here in the left side, these are the blueberry tomatoes. Whenever the fruits are exposed to the sunlight, they turn purple. But the ones that don't get much sun, they stay green, like this one right here. Because the fruits are shaded, they're green. But this one right here is purple. This is really interesting. Now to my left, some more tomatoes, and these are my single stem tomatoes. This one right here is San Marzano, so that's single stemmed. They are tied in this string right here. This is really nice because it's very easy to take care of them because they're single stems. Now some of these have a lot of suckers that I need to cut later on. But yeah, that's my single stem tomatoes, and I have 4 or 5 plants in a row. The rows are short. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows right here. These are also the San Marzano tomatoes. These are the 3rd batch of tomatoes that I planted. That's why they just started forming flowers. Here are my Roma tomatoes. The last group of single stem tomatoes that I have in here is Crimson Sprinter tomatoes. I'm gonna show you this trellis over here on my right side. This one has some green bitter melon plants, and this is so exciting, guys, because we already have some bitter melon fruits. Look at that. Ooh, this is so exciting. There's another one right here, and then there's a bigger one, and the end we'll probably have to go to the back of this trellis. We're passing by another evening sunflower, and here is another bitter melon. This is the view from the back side of the trellis. This is a long trellis that has bitter melon and butternut squash. Now let's move on to this raised bed right here. These are my peppers. And then here on this side we have 4 little fingers eggplants. Going back to my pepper bed, here we have some giant Marconi peppers. We have the purple beauty, big red peppers over there. And then let's move on to the bed next to it. Each corner of this raised bed is planted with marigold. Look at that, that's so pretty. The first two peppers in front are Corno de Toro, and then next row Keystone Resistant. Third row we have Keystone Resistant and Yolo Wanderer. Fourth row is all Yolo Wanderer. And then we have 3 sweet banana peppers. One is looking really good, that sweet banana pepper right there. These two are struggling because it's been so hot. And then the last row, these are the Jimmy Nardello. I still have some room to plant some more. Next raised bed here, these are my onions. We have the red, yellow, and white onions in here. I have been harvesting these onions. That's why there are some or a lot of empty spots. And look at this. These are good size onions right here. It's so hot, so it's almost time to harvest these onions. We actually have 3 of them that have fallen over, and when they fall over like that, you have to harvest them. And then here, this one is my cattle panel arch trellis for my cucumbers. I have 4 cucumbers on this side. This is a little zinnia. And then here on the other side, I also have 4 cucumber plants. They're a little bit small, but they will grow really quick. Another marigold and some strawberries right here. Now at the end of this raised bed, we have some potatoes. Some of the potatoes are ready for harvest actually. And then this one right here, this is oregano. It is full of bees. It's so awesome. Look at these beautiful flowers of the oregano, guys. This is the center of my garden. There's a bird bath in the center. And then I put some flowers and herbs around the bird bath. Let's take a look at the bird bath first because this is so amazing. I removed the nozzle for the fountain because it spreads the water outside of the basin. And then so at the end of the day, the basin is empty. So I removed the nozzle. This one looks really good. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? In this bed, we have some dill. Look at these dill flowers. There's some onions, blue bachelor's button, some more dill, some cilantro have bolted with these beautiful white flowers. We have rosemary right here. I'm sorry for the weeds. I need to weed this garden. And then we have a purple bachelor's button. This one here is the slow bolt cilantro. More slow bolt cilantro, and this side we still have a couple of onions left in here as well. More pink zinnias, and then look at this, guys. This is my asparagus bed. I planted 10 asparagus in here, and we already have 2 that are growing. Look at that. Now this one is still very small. I'm not sure if you can see that. And then the other one is over there in the other end. So let's move over to the other end of my asparagus bed. Now this one is a little bit bigger. It's hard to see it. Right next to my asparagus bed is another group of plants. These are the eggplants. We have 3 long purple eggplants right here, and these 3 in here are the Casper eggplants. Let's walk over to the next bed, and these are my potatoes. These are the potatoes that I featured in a video about the potato fruits or potato berries. Some of them are ready or almost ready for harvest. This bed is where the garlic was planted. We now have 3 cascade tomatoes on one end of the bed, and then here we have some black beauty eggplants. There are 5, and then some strawberries, and then here we have 4 eggplants. These are the long purple eggplants. The next raised bed is attached to a trellis. This one here is the purple of Sicily cauliflower. We have a broccoli, a volunteer peanut. This one here that's growing pretty good is Chayote Squash. And then this one is a Snowball X cauliflower. All my lettuce plants have bolted, so this is lettuce. And then we have a watermelon that has started climbing up the kettle panel trellis. Now this one right here is strawberry. Another lettuce that has started bolting. This is Brussels sprouts. Another tomato. And then we have some kale, butter crunch lettuce. They're really tall, look at that. I am just letting it flower so I can collect some more seeds. And then some more lettuce that have bolted in here. And then here's a small plant next to the lettuce. This is opal basil. Next raised bed we have carrots. These are the orange, yellow, and I think purple carrots that I planted in here. And there are a couple of volunteer peanuts because this used to be a peanut bed. And then we also have some watermelon that are growing in here that have started to climb. I planted some cantaloupe seeds 3 days ago, so they're not growing yet. And then here on the other side is another chayote squash. And then over here, look at this, guys. These plants here, these are tomatoes, and these are called the geranium kiss tomatoes. They don't grow very tall, probably the tallest would be 3 feet. And that's it. And look at all of these flowers. Oh my gosh. I can imagine all the fruits in this bunch of flowers. And then Malabar spinach right here. I thought I planted a red one, but it turned out to be a green Malabar spinach, which is fine. The next raised bed has my first batch of tomatoes. Look at that, guys. They reach the top of the arch already. We have some ginger as well in here. There are 7 tomato plants in this 4x8 raised bed. Look at that. And then I put a zinnia here in the corner, which is, it's doing good, I guess. Look at this, guys. Oh, and look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Now let's look over here. I was wondering why this tomato, this tomato right here, look at that, something has been eating it, and I found the culprit. It's this guy right here. We'll get it. I am done taking care of the hornworm, so we're back here at the raised bed that we were looking at. I'm pretty sure this one in the end is red cherry. So 7 different kinds of tomatoes, and I see another worm. We are looking at the other side of this raised bed, and look at all of this, guys. So many tomatoes. This is so amazing. Look at that. Some right here. Oh my gosh, this is just loaded with fruits. This is so super awesome. Oh, look at that. So awesome, guys. More around here. There. Right here. Another zinnia and marigold. And then look at this. Isn't that pretty? I have 2 beds of purple sweet potatoes. I have been harvesting the young leaves of these purple sweet potatoes for my soup and to put in my sauteed vegetables. Next, we have some summer squash. And this is how I grow my summer squash plants. I grow them vertically using tomato cages so that it will be easier for me to clean the plant, to maintain it, and especially that there are so many stink bugs in here. It's easy for me to find the stink bugs. More here. There's yellow crookneck squash, dark green zucchini, there's yellow zucchini, there's red, no, not red, but yellow scallop and green scallop squash. And then this little guy right here, it's not supposed to be caged, but I'm caging it for now because it's still small. This is lemongrass, another zinnia, and then another green Malabar spinach. I also planted a variety of beans right here. Now this in here are the green bush beans. These are the strike bush type. And then next bed we have the golden wax. This is the yellow type of beans. And then the royal burgundy. They're kind of purple beans. And then calypso bush beans. Purple hull peas. Next is pointed pony. Adzuki beans. They're a little bit small. And then this in here are Henderson Lima beans. My first time to plant this. It says bush on the label, but it looks like they're vining out, so I'll probably have to trellis this. I think I need to. And then the one in the back, these are the navy beans. We have 2 empty beds right there. Not really empty, but they have just been planted with peanuts. And this in here are mung beans. And then I have a mystery plant. What do you think is this plant? My guess is cantaloupe, but it could be something else. That's why it's a mystery. And then next we have some purple okra or burgundy okra. And then this in here are some more beans called Mayflower. And then next we have the Christmas Lima beans. And then here we have some okra, some more okra right here. And then this is tender sweet watermelon. This is like an oval shaped watermelon and the color is orange. And then look at this, guys. Oh, look at that. This year I'm so proud with my gourd patch. Like, this is really awesome. I have been working hard in maintaining this, and yesterday I thinned this out so that the plants are about 1 foot apart. A while ago I saw a bird drinking from my bird bath. This is really cool. I have some more room for new plants. We'll be working on this. This one is the jalapeno pepper that I have overwintered from 2 years ago. Can you imagine that? I replanted this in my garden last year. It did really good, and then I overwintered it again the second time around. I thought it was gonna die inside my house, but it survived. And then now it has started producing. It's still in a pot though. But then I will be transferring this to my garden pretty soon. I'm just waiting for this extreme heat to be over, hopefully soon, so I can get this planted. And then over here we have some lemongrass, which I need to clean. I need to remove the dead leaves from the plant. But this lemongrass is surviving as well. And then over here we have a banana tree, a small one. So far I have 3 big bananas. Here's another banana tree in a pot. And then this is mint. This one right here is my biggest banana tree that is also planted in a pot, and it has a little baby banana. Next is my Moringa plant. The Moringa plant is still in a pot, overwintered from last year. There were 7 plants that I put in this pot, and 4 of them survived, which is a good number. And then over here we have the Snowbird citrus or Philippine lemon. And look at that, guys. Flowers. And more flowers of the lemon. This one will have to stay in the pot. If you enjoyed this video, click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.